Welcome back, dear friends. If you are trying to improve your English but still feel stuck, confused, or frustrated, then today's video might completely change the way you see your problem. What if I told you that you are not bad at English? What if the real problem is not your grammar, not your vocabulary, not your accent, but the way you are training your brain? Stay with me, because this might hurt a little, but it will help you a lot. Every day thousands of students say the same thing. I understand English, but I cannot speak. I know grammar, but I freeze while talking. I have been learning for years, but I still lack confidence. And slowly they start believing something dangerous. They start believing that they are not talented, not smart enough, or not made for English. But here is the truth. You are not weak. You are just practicing the wrong way. The biggest mistake everyone makes. Let me tell you about a girl named Emma. Emma spent 2 years learning English seriously. She completed online courses, watched grammar tutorials almost every night, and wrote down hundreds of new vocabulary words in a notebook. She knew the difference between past simple and present perfect. She understood conditionals. She could even explain sentence structure clearly. On paper, she looked confident and prepared. But real life was different. Whenever someone started speaking to her in English, something changed inside her. Her heart started beating faster. Her mind tried to calculate the correct tense. She silently translated from her native language. She searched for the perfect word. And in that search, she lost her flow. The conversation moved forward, but she stayed stuck inside her head. The problem was not knowledge. The problem was training. Emma had trained her brain to think about English, not to use English. She practiced understanding. She practiced memorizing. She practiced watching. But she rarely practiced speaking out loud without stopping, without correcting herself, without worrying about mistakes. And this is exactly what most learners are doing. They treat English like a school subject instead of a life skill. They believe that once their grammar becomes perfect, confidence will automatically appear. But confidence does not come from perfection. It comes from repetition. It comes from speaking even when you are unsure. It comes from surviving small awkward moments and realizing that nothing bad happened. Think about this. When a child learns to speak their first language, they do not study grammar rules. They speak broken sentences. They make mistakes daily. People correct them. They try again. Slowly, fluency grows. There is no fear of perfection. There is only practice. But as adults, we reverse the process. We wait to become perfect before we speak. And because perfection never comes, we keep waiting. Emma was not bad at English. She was simply overtraining accuracy and undertraining expression. She was preparing for an imaginary exam, not for real conversations. And until you shift your training from passive learning to active speaking, your confidence will always feel just one step away. Why your brain freezes while speaking? Now let us understand something very important. When you are watching an English video, reading subtitles, or listening to someone speak, your brain is in input mode. It is relaxed. It only has to understand. There is no pressure to respond. There is no time limit. You can pause, rewind, and think slowly. But speaking is completely different. When you speak, your brain is in output mode. It has to think of ideas, choose words, arrange them into sentences, check grammar, control pronunciation, and deliver everything in seconds. And if you have not trained this output system regularly, your brain feels overloaded. That overload is what you call nervousness. This is why you say, "I know English, but I cannot speak." You do know English, but your brain has not built speed. Imagine going to the gym and only watching workout videos for 6 months. You understand every exercise. You know perfect form. But when you actually try lifting weights, your muscles shake. Not because you are weak mentally, but because you never trained physically. Speaking works the same way. If you only consume English and never produce it, your speaking muscles stay weak. The first time you try to use them in real life, they panic. Your mind goes blank. You forget simple words. You start doubting yourself. And after one awkward moment, you tell yourself, "See, I am not good at English." But the truth is simple. Your brain freezes not because you are incapable. It freezes because it is untrained under pressure. And the solution is not more grammar. The solution is controlled discomfort. You must practice speaking in small, safe situations where mistakes are allowed. You must teach your brain that speaking is normal, not dangerous. Once your brain stops seeing English as a threat, fluency starts to grow naturally. The confidence switch you must turn on today. So, what should you do differently? If watching grammar videos is not enough, if memorizing vocabulary is not enough, then what actually works? The answer is simple, but most people avoid it. You must start speaking before you feel ready. Ask yourself this question. How long have you been waiting to feel confident? 3 months? 1 year? 5 years? And has waiting helped you? Confidence does not come first. Action comes first. Confidence follows action. Instead of spending 1 more hour watching English content, spend 10 minutes speaking out loud. Talk about your day. Describe your room. Explain what you learned today. Ask yourself questions and answer them in English. It does not matter if your sentences are not perfect. What matters is that your mouth moves and your brain learns to respond quickly. Do you feel silly speaking alone? Good. That means you are stepping out of your comfort zone. Growth always feels uncomfortable in the beginning. Start small. 5 minutes daily. No stopping. No translating. No overthinking grammar. If you forget a word, use a simple word instead. If you make a mistake, continue. Do not restart your sentence again and again. Train fluency first. Accuracy will improve naturally with time. Let me ask you something important. When was the last time you practiced speaking without judging yourself? Most learners are not afraid of English. They are afraid of making mistakes. But mistakes are proof that you are learning. If you never make mistakes, it means you are not stretching your ability. The shift is this. Stop training for perfection. Start training for expression. Once you make this shift, everything changes. This is your turning point. Let me tell you something clearly. There will never be a perfect day when you suddenly wake up and feel fully ready to speak English. That day does not exist. If you keep waiting to feel confident before you speak, you will keep waiting forever. Ask yourself one honest question. Do you want perfect grammar? Or do you want real confidence? Because the two are built differently. Perfect grammar comes from studying rules. Real confidence comes from surviving conversations. The moment you decide to speak daily, even if your voice shakes, Even if you make mistakes, even if you feel embarrassed, you break the biggest barrier in your mind. And once that barrier breaks, improvement becomes automatic. Imagine yourself 30 days from now. Not after watching 50 more videos. Not after memorizing 200 more words. But after speaking every single day for just 10 minutes. Do you think you will sound the same? Do you think your brain will still freeze the same way? Of course not. Because action changes identity. When you speak daily, you stop seeing yourself as someone who is bad at English. You start seeing yourself as someone who is practicing English. And that small identity shift is powerful. You are not weak. You are not untalented. You are not behind. You are just one decision away. The decision to stop training silently and start expressing loudly. And once you make that decision, your English will not just improve. It will transform. If this video changed the way you see your English journey, then remember this one line. You are not bad at English. You were just practicing it the wrong way. And now you know better. From today, stop waiting to feel ready. Start speaking. Start making mistakes. Start building real confidence. Because the moment you begin, you are already ahead of the version of you who is still afraid. Your transformation does not start with perfect grammar. It starts with one brave sentence. Like this video if you are ready to stop waiting and start speaking. Comment below and write one English sentence about your day. Do not overthink it. Just write it. Share this video with someone who thinks they are weak in English. Subscribe to the channel if you want to build real confidence, not just grammar knowledge. Turn on the bell icon so you never miss the next step in your transformation. Your English journey starts now. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.